spreading dread. Guarding men to sights, making gears grind dead. Sparks, fires, robos, drugs, clash and smash in the dark. Red mutant stain rises to leave its poison mark. Monster machines roar beneath the techno skies. Electric fire, blue and red as metal cries. Robot world burns and dies and we can't run or hide. We fight and we rise as metal warriors ride. Circuits hum with danger as shadows writhe with tech dead. Guarding blue in this war against mutant red dread. Rusted wounds and battle scars with memories a haze. Sekta's heart of metal stands to stain, sting free. Red menticides, gleam stings and he seeks. Raid fueled Sekta stalks and creaks. Monster machines roar beneath the techno skies. Electric fire, blue and red as metal fries. Robot world burns and cries and we can't run or hide. We fight and we rise as metal warriors ride. Rusted wounds and battle scars with memories a haze. Sekta's heart of metal stands for stain, sting, fray. Sekta stalks beneath robot world sky spreading dread. Guardian men to sights, making gears grind dead. There's fire with wings and crowing blades. Manta Zoids in double rays. Sky flash red, evil mutant breed. And it's Zoidstar, desperate. Roaring engines, blue sparks fly. Dying Zoids in the midnight sky. Battle cries, metallic chrome clash. Evil red swords scatter and smash. Blue guardian rise up fight through the dark electric night. Manta Zoids will protect, defy. Evil red swords scatter and smash. Blue guardian rise up fight through the dark electric night. Manta Zoids will protect, defy. Underneath Zoidstar sky. Circuit veins a heart of steel. Every wound, every battle we feel. Vengeance for the fallen comrade. Victory, the Manta Zoids clan. Circuit veins a heart of steel. Every wound, every battle we feel. Vengeance for the fallen comrade. Victory, the Manta Zoids clan. Engines blazing, laser spin. Endless war, we fight to win. Red swords crumble in despair. Clutching victory in the air. Blue guardian rise and fight through the dark electric night. Manta Zoids will protect, defy. Evil red swords scatter and sky. Engines blazing, lasers spin. Endless war we fight to win. Red swords crumble in despair. Blue clutching victory. Sekta stalks beneath robot world sky spreading dread. Guardian menticides, making gears grind dead. Sparks, fires, robos, trucks, clash and smash in the dark. Red mutant stain rises to leave his poison mark. Monster machines roar beneath the techno skies. Electric fire, blue and red as metal cries. Robot world burns and dies and we can't run or hide. We fight come with danger, shadows ride with tech death. Guardian blue in this war against mutants, red dread. Rusted wounds and battle scars with memories ahaze. Sekta's heart of metal stands through stangs, sting, fray. Red mantis eyes gleam, stangs, and he seeks rage-fueled. Sekta stalks and creaks. Monster machines fall beneath the techno skies. Electric fire, blue and red as metal cries. Robot world burns and cries, and we can't run or hide. We fight and we rise as metal warriors ride. Rusted wounds and battle scars with memories ahaze. Sekta's heart of metal stands through stangs, sting, fray. Sekta stalks beneath robot world skies, spreading dread. Blue guardian mantis sides making gears grind dead.